The dancing plague of 1518, or dance epidemic of 1518, was a case of dancing mania that occurred in Strasbourg, France, in the Holy Roman Empire from July 1518 to September 1518. In this plague, almost 400 people took to dancing for weeks. There are many theories behind this phenomenon, the most popular being stress-induced mass hysteria, suggested by John Waller. The outbreak began in July 1518, when a woman called Frau Tropfe began to dance fervently and uncontrollably in a street in Strasbourg. Frau Tropfe had started dancing on July 14th on the narrow cobbled street outside her half-timbered home. Some of those who had witnessed her strange performance had begun to mimic her, and within days, more than 30 choreomaniacs were in motion. Tropfe kept up the constant dancing for a week. Soon, 36 others joined in. By August, the dancing plague had claimed 400 victims. Dancers were beginning to collapse. It is said some even died from a stroke or heart attack. The victims' movements were described as spasmodic, with many convulsions, and their bodies were left drenched in sweat. Their arms would thrash violently, and some noted that their eyes were vacant and expressionless. Blood would pool into their swollen feet, and they would eventually bleed into their shoes. Often there would also be cries for help from the affected. If the victims did not succumb to a heart attack, they would collapse from extreme exhaustion, hunger, and thirst. There were as many as 15 deaths per day during the outbreak's peak, but the final number of fatalities is unknown today. No one knew what caused this reaction, which meant no one understood how to remedy it. By early September, the outbreak began to subside, when the dancers were sent to a mountain shrine to pray for absolution. Historical sources agree that there was an outbreak of dancing after a single woman started dancing, and the dancing did not seem to die down. It lasted for such a long time that it even attracted the attention of the authorities. The council went as far as to ban music. There are claims that guild halls were refurbished to accommodate the dancing, as well as musicians and strong people to help keep those dealing with the dancing mania to stay upright. This backfired, and the council was forced to ban public dancing as people danced in fear. It was a punishment from St. Vitus. Those who danced were then ordered to go to the shrine of St. Vitus, wore red shoes that were sprinkled with holy water, and had painted crosses on the tops and soles. They also had to hold small crosses in their hands, and incense and Latin incantations were part of this ritual. Apparently forgiven by Vitus, word was spread of a successful ritual and the dancing plague had ended. Events similar to this are said to have occurred throughout the medieval age, including 11th century in Kulbik, Saxony, where it was believed to be the result of divine judgment. In 15th century Apulia, Italy, a woman was bitten by a tarantula, the venom making her dance convulsively. In modern theories, some believe that the dancing could have been brought on by food poisoning caused by the toxic and psychoactive chemical products of ergot fungi, also known as ergotism, which grows commonly on grains such as rye used for baking bread. And other believes that this could have been an example of fully developed cases of psychogenic movement disorder happening in mass hysteria or mass psychogenic illness, which involves many individuals suddenly exhibiting the same bizarre behavior.